Millions of yesterday and millions of tomorrow, but today is a special day for each one of us alive here on earth. My dear friends, let me put a question before you. Do you consider yourself as a fortunate or special being living here on earth? I consider we are all a fortunate or special being here on earth. No one is useless unless we think ourselves useless. If we think ourselves useless, that means instead of seeing opportunity, we see adversities here on earth. We all have the potency to learn as many things as possible and acquire as many things in order to have better way of life and to become shepherd of ourselves. We all of us have heard the famous philosopher Gautama Buddha, popularly known as Buddha, a great teacher, philosopher, and who mastered himself of knowing himself. His disciples followed him wherever he went, and his wisdom flowed like a river. His talks was marvelous, and one of his talks he told his disciples, if you see Buddha around you and around the surroundings, you kill him. Did he mean literally that they should kill Buddha? No, his insight was different. He did not mean literally to kill him physically, but he told his disciples that what he has experienced in his life they can't experience, for which he told that they should not imitate and follow him literally. Rather, he told his disciples to follow their conscience and become shepherd of themselves. Yes, my dear friends, we should follow our conscience. Conscience is a great teacher of our life, and that conscience will lead us to the better way of life. It will direct us to have the value-based way of life. The conscience is a great teacher, and it helps us to keep away from the wrongdoings and lead us into the right path of life. Therefore, I urge you, my dear friends, that if we are not listening to our conscience, let us start listening to our conscience and become shepherd of ourselves. Let us become the shepherd of the things that we do, that we think, not a slave of the negativity. There is a famous book on Martin Heidegger entitled The Shepherd of the Bee. This book beautifully presents about being a shepherd in this technological world. As all of us we know, the present scenario is a technological scenario. Are we slave of the technology that we use, or are we shepherd? For this, we need to remember technologies that are there around the world are made by human beings. Not the technology should control our life. Technologies are the creation of all of us, all human beings. Therefore, we should be the shepherd of the technology, not the slave. Therefore, we should reflect ourselves. We should be the shepherd and master of our life, and we should not be the slave of the negativity. If we are too much engrossed in the negative or the material things, that means we are slave of the negativity and slave of the materials that we use. Therefore, we should be the master and shepherd of ourselves, not the slave of the negativity and the materials and all the technology that we use. Therefore, I urge each one of us to be shepherd, not the slave of the things, or not the slave of the negativity. Instead, we should feed ourselves daily to become a better shepherd.